Ladies and gentlemen, New York has a big surge in the rat population. So right now they are overrunning Central Park and the Upper West Side. Now remember, Central Park was a black community at one time and it was stolen from them. So it's gotten so bad. These invaders are just walking about out in broad daylight. They don't even bother waiting until it's dark to be active. They're active during the day. So people are encountering these things, especially if you live on that side, and it's a big problem. So this is the New York Post. Giant New York rats overtaking Central Park and the Upper West Side. Rat school is in session as fed up New Yorkers try to learn how to deal with a surging rodent population. Rats as big as bunnies are roaming the streets in broad daylight, nesting in trees and chewing through car engine wires. Wow. Woo, that's going to cost a pretty penny to get fixed. That can cost thousands to fix. Okay, so there are so many residents are calling 311 hotline to complain about just the sighting of so many of them. And so far 311 has received 12,632 calls so far over this situation. A third more than the previous year of 9,042 in 2019. With the Upper West Side teeming with hungry critters, Assemblywoman Linda Rosenthal and the City Health Department sponsor the latest incarnation of Rat Academy. 2 hours of rat prevention training live streamed Tuesday to nearly 4 dozen supers, tenants, and homeowners. The city began such training about 10 years ago. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. So they said it is disgusting, and I bet it is. Can you imagine trash day with these things tearing trash open and just because they'll eat anything. They really do. Dozens who belong on the Upper West Siders for Safer Streets have posted the sightings of these giant rats. Mm-mm-mm. Central Park is overrunning with huge fat rats. Sloan wrote, I saw a man on a bench and the rapples of swaths unsuccessful with a rake. So I guess he was just swinging at him to try to get rid of him when he was sitting on this park bench. But they just kept coming and coming. So him trying to swing at him was counterproductive. He wasn't getting rid of any of them. And that's the thing. Rats are not like mice. Mice usually will just run away from you. Rats will try to fight you, especially these city rats. No, these city rats, trust me on this one, are the toughest in the country. And if you live in the city, you know what I mean, especially when they get up in alleys and stuff, them suckers will fight you. They're not afraid to fight a human. So you got to be exceptionally careful. Not a day goes by that Amanda Levine doesn't see at least one giant rat. So she says she sprays her Jeep Cherokee with a cocktail of cinnamon and mint oils and water because, a lot of these rodents don't like the smell of mint, like certain scents they don't like. So they'll just kind of avoid smelling that. Under the hood and all four tire bearings to ward off the critters in her apartment complex on the 107th Street between Amsterdam and Broadway. Her neighbors tell her they hear these things in the walls. Ugh. Mm. Okay, so many of the people are ticked off over the invasion of these rats, especially on the Upper West Side, outdoor dining, more homeless New Yorkers, shoddy street cleaning, and the biggest trash not being picked up. This is what they're blaming the rat invasion on. They're saying trash is not being picked up often enough, both from cans on sidewalk corners and stacks of bags hauled to the curb by building superintendents. Okay, so the Department of Sanitation is responsible for both the street cleaning and garbage collection. Spokesman Joshua Goodman told the Post. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. So, they're saying not keeping the streets clean has caused the rat population to explode in New York on the Upper West Side. Only the residents, business, and the city work together. We can address a problem that is as old as a persistent as the city of New York itself. As far as Levine is concerned, the only one to blame is Mayor Bill de Blasio. Not in the 20 years she lived on the block have rats been so thick. Wow. So, I guess what they're pretty much saying is the sanitation department is not cleaning up and they're not coming around often enough to get the trash. City Hall denied the notion. The mayor clearly does not want to get rid of the sanitation department. Bill de Blasio, Mitch Schwartz told the Post. I can't imagine where anyone would get that impression. Some of the residents were saying they think they're trying to do away with the sanitation department. I don't know how they would do that either. Okay, so it's just talking about residents are traumatized by the gang of 10 to 15 rats outside of 96th Street subway. Um, oh yeah, can you imagine that? Because you would have to get to the subway if you don't have any other form of transportation, and you got to walk through them rats. Ugh, I wouldn't like that either. You used to see the rats on tracks, she said. Now they are literally part of the community. They should pay rent. She compared her encounter to the invasion scene. Okay, so they're just talking about some cartoon. We need the guardian angels for the rats. I need them to be gone. Yeah. I mean, and them things carry all kinds of disease and everything. Ugh. I tell you what, if I had to deal with a problem, this is definitely one I would never want to deal with. Is giant rats. But y'all, I tell you what, you shouldn't be surprised by anything you see these days in America. Look, I did a story on the giant tegus that are taking up the southeastern part of the US. And they said that problem originated from Florida, but now those giant tegus are getting into multiple states in the South. And they're very invasive and they eat anything. So, and these giant rats eat anything too, but damn, they eat the wires to car engines. Ooh, man, that got to cost you a pretty penny to get fixed over a rat, man. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.